Good morning. So this morning for breakfast, I am making Keith some egg in a hole on some extra sourdough bread that I had bought from Kroger on Sunday when we had our sandwiches. I unfortunately have not figured out how to keep sourdough bread alive. I am a sourdough bread killer. It is very bad. I just love to kill sourdough bread. I think it's probably because we keep our house way too cold, and so I can never get the stuff that's in the jar to be alive and bubbly and stuff. Anyways, for the kids, I made leftover ham and scrambled eggs and cheese, and they'll put it on their bread, make a little sandwich, or they can have toast on the side. So that's what's happening for breakfast. But I did get a little help with the eggs this morning, so let me show you who helped me with the eggs.
Have a kid do this. Now put your fingers through and then dip it in the eye. Right.
Good job.
Oh!
Good job. You want to crack?
Alright. That's 40. Done. Alright. Remember, put your fingers through it, but don't dip there in these white stuff in. Alright? Wait, undo crack it a bit. Right there.
Put it over the bowl.
Oh, put it over the bowl.
Okay, hold it. Hold it, Tabby. Crack it into the bowl.
Crack it into the bowl.
Perfect. Good job. It's kind of chaotic on Tuesday mornings. We just finished eating breakfast. Now I have to get dressed real quick because Ezekiel has therapy at 10:30 in the morning. Just a note to any current homeschool moms or future homeschool moms, like, do yourself a favor and don't ever schedule any kind of doctor's appointments, therapies, or anything like that in the morning. Always save those for the afternoon. I always forget this until we're like, the schedule has already been set and there's like no changing it. And then I'm like, yeah, it really does make for a really stressful time because I'm trying to get all the other kids situated. We're trying to get breakfast done, cleaned up, all that kind of stuff. And then I gotta leave. So yeah, if you're a homeschool mama, like, or you plan to be, keep a mental note. Like, do not schedule stuff in the morning. We got home from therapy and I fed the kids lunch, and now I am about to go get Kayla's stuff together, and we're gonna drop her off at the pet rescue place. I don't remember what it's called. I called them and I said, hey, do I need an appointment to bring in a cat? And they said, no, we're open from 1 to 5 today. So we're gonna go do that. But I almost had a panic attack on the way to therapy. I was talking to Ezekiel, and just all of a sudden, like, this adrenaline just like rushed, like coursed through my veins, and like I couldn't think for a moment. And so I like panicked and thought I was having a stroke, like in the middle of an intersection. And so I just had to take a lot of deep breaths. And when I got to therapy, I dropped him off, and then I was like, you know what? Instead of sitting in the car, I need to walk in this parking lot and get some vitamin D, get some movement of my body, and I bet I will feel better. And I did. I called my mom, and talking to my mom always helps as well. I think, you know, it takes my body and my mind a little bit of time to process stuff, and so I feel like I'm just now processing everything that went down with my mom. And now for some reason, like, I am so worried I'm gonna have a stroke. So again, it just goes back to those verses that I talked about yesterday. Was it yesterday? I don't know. This is the beauty of life, guys, in that we get to take our thoughts captive every single day, and it's gonna be something that we do every single day until we die. But the Lord is gracious to help us and to give us the strength to persevere as we fight the same battles over and over and over again in our mind. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. Oh yeah, we're gonna take Kayla, and I probably won't process that for a couple of days, and then it'll hit me and I'll be like really, really sad, because if y'all didn't know, We rescued her off of a roof. Keith was out doing landscaping work at the time. He owned a landscaping and lawn care company, and there was this one like abandoned house that had kittens like all in the front yard, and some of them were dead, but they heard this meowing from the top of the roof, and so they got the ladder and climbed up there, and one of his workers brought down Kayla. And so what was crazy is during that time, just again thinking about the goodness of God, I was praying because it was right when COVID hit and I was lonely at home. We couldn't go anywhere. I was also very, very pregnant with Jude, and so I wanted a companion to be at home with me. So I started praying to God for a cat. Not like, I kid you not, like a couple of days later, this is when that went down, and Keith called me and he was like, hey, we found this baby kitten, you know, do you want me to bring him or her home? We didn't know what gender it was or anything. So I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, I guess this is the Lord answering my prayers. So like, I bottle fed her, I, you know, did all the things. She literally thinks I'm her mom. And so this is kind of traumatic, honestly. And I may be feeling it right now. So I'm not going to talk about it much, but it's pretty clear that this is the direction the Lord has us going in. And, you know, just reminding myself how good he is, because he did give me her in a time where I really wanted her. So it makes me think of the verse in Psalm that says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And it's true. And he knows the desires of my heart in this season, and I believe and trust that he is going to answer those as well. And I can trust that he knows what's best. So anyways, all right, I'm gonna go inside now. Y'all say bye to Kayla. Alright, I just dropped her off. The lady was really sweet. But yeah, I pray that she'll be an answer to prayer to somebody else. I feel ridiculous crying over a cat, but you know, anyways. Okay, on with this day. Whew. Alright, I forgot to film myself while I was getting groceries, but I got some groceries. We're gonna have hamburger bowls again tonight. I showed on Instagram my hamburger bowls from yesterday, but they were so good, so I've got to show you. Super easy, super yummy. I had a good cry. I'll probably cry a little bit more, but I know that this is the path that the Lord has me on. I know that I needed to give her away, and ultimately it's going to be for my good, right? Romans 8:28. Maybe I should go sit in my chair for a minute, but no, actually, because that'll remind me of her right now. So let me show you what we're doing for hamburger bowls. Now, some people, like keto people, don't add the potatoes, but it would be just as good if you didn't add the potatoes. But the potatoes are a nice a little extra. So I've got roasted potatoes, I've got ground beef, and then over here I have some sauce that I made with ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, and some pickle juice. And then we have our other toppings. Colorful, so colorful. We've got cheese, tomatoes, green onions, red onions, and salad. Lettuce. I don't know why I called it salad, but yeah. You just throw everything in a bowl and you eat it. Imagine that. Okay guys, so we ate dinner, I took a shower, and now I am sitting in my truth chair. I had to move Kayla's pillow off of the chair. I wonder if I should have taken that pillow up there. I don't know if they allow that. They did take her litter box and her food bowl. So yeah, I'm just praying that she can be an answered prayer to someone like she was to me, because the Lord is good like that. Like, he is so good in the fact that, you know, he can repurpose answered prayers and cycle them through another person. And what's cool is sometimes we can be an answered prayer to other people. So I just encourage you today that no matter what you're going through, whatever your life looks like right now, just think of ways that you can be a blessing to others and maybe an answered prayer to somebody. One thing that is really good to do instead of getting so focused on self, and this is a great way to combat anxiety, is to turn your thoughts outward instead of inward. So I was thinking about a lot of friends who were having some health issues today, and when I was tempted to start thinking about myself and my situation with the house and all the things that are going on right now, just turning your focus towards someone else, it really does help you in those moments where you can let yourself start to spiral, you know, because it reminds you that you're not alone. First of all, there are other people struggling in the world. And second of all, it just helps stop your thoughts from going down a nasty spiral, because you are praying for somebody else and your thoughts go towards them instead. Okay, with all that said, I'm going to end this video, and hopefully, prayerfully, we will see y'all tomorrow. And if not, then yeah, y'all know how it goes now.